Good afternoon. We have with us Bhuvana Nageshwaran, Director FNF, Ultra International Limited. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Would you talk about your company? Your company focuses on fragrances, flavors, and essential oils.
Yeah.
So, what segment are you focusing on?
We are more into the fragrances. We started off with mainly with essential oil initially, and then from 1919 onwards, we are doing the fragrances first, and sometime in 2000 we started doing the flavors also. So if you see the company's distribution, fragrance will be more. Like fragrance will be about 60%, 20 to 20% will be flavors, and around 20% will be on essential oils. Essential oils, if you see, we are a global leader. We have other companies worldwide. So it's a subsidiary company initially, but now they are all standalone companies. So globally, we are the world leaders in the essential oil business.
So, what all oils you focus on?
Essential oil from India, all the regions. The essential oil, you see, it happens like every country has to be procured from all over the world. So we are at the source procuring those material and distributing to the companies. So that way, if you see it, we are sourcing from all over the world. If it is from India, what oils can go? If it is from Indonesia, we have a partnership company there, wherein we do patchouli and other things. So this way, we have it in every region. We do it. So we are at source, and this has been our way of working from the beginning. It's not just the trading; it's a partnership kind of a thing that we have.
So, how big is the industry, and what's the industry trend in flavors and fragrances?
Industries, if you see it in India, it is growing. It is at a very fast pace growing right now. And India is supposed to be like, it's a very big sourcing hub for the global right now. All the naturals and all, world is looking at India for natural materials. Even if you see the aromatic chemicals after China, I think a lot of chemicals are being made here, manufactured here. In the future, a lot of green chemistry is going to come from India, provided we have the right policies from the government and all. If that happens, I think India will be a very big source in the coming future for the global fragrance and flavor industry.
So, what all policy changes or what all recommendations you plan to give to the government so that this industry becomes more attractive as a global sourcing hub for the world?
There are gaps because starting materials is a big challenge for us. We are importing the starting material either from China or other places. Once you start importing the starting material, because then your competitiveness goes. So this is where we have to look at those starting materials. Can it be produced in India? What are the alternatives that we have in India? So this has to be seen. So here the government intervention is needed because our industry, it's all the byproducts is what we use in our industry when it comes to the aroma chemical. What are the things from the pharma, what we can get from other industry, what we can get. These are the things. One, we have to identify the gaps. Second, we have to go to the government. These are the big scale. Once you want to do it, it's a big scale production. Okay. So how the government can help us in the setting up those kind of facilities. Because in fragrance and flavor, it's mostly MSME which is working. So the large scale capacity and all hand holding is needed by the industry. So that is important because a lot of R&D work needs to be done. Currently the R&D focus is very limited today. So that needs to be there. So all that is happening right now. So we are conducting there will be a seminar soon next month sometime in Bombay on August 20th at FICCI Forum. We have a task force. So there we are trying to focus now this time all the ingredient people will be there. So we are trying to identify what are the gaps, what do they need from the government so that they can become what they want to become. So all this we are trying to work on that. So
how big is your company in terms of revenue?
Global revenue will be close to somewhere between like 750, 800 that way, and Indian company will be around 100 crores around that turnover.
So the global as well Indian company, the names are the same or?
Ultra International, the attachments are there.
Okay. And how many countries are you operating?
There are about, business wise, like Europe, US, Southeast Asia we cover. Then Europe, India we are doing already. So most of the regions we are covering.
So in this Cosmo Home Tech Expo, what are the new products that you have launched?
The new trends, we are doing a lot of niche perfumery, so the perfumed niche fragrances and all, what kind of trend, based on the market feedbacks, what is needed. So in the fragrances, you have to keep talking about different stories for the same fragrance.
Okay.
So nature has created so many things, we are just interpreting that nature and telling a different story about it.
So any new flowers or any new plant-based fragrances that you are coming up?
So jasmine, vetiver, I have a very big hope that India can become a world leader in vetiver. and there is a lot of focus in the back end integration there. So using that vetiver, we're using the jasmine, using the rose, these kind of ingredients which we have it from India. How can we create those fragrances, which is a demand in the globally also there is a demand, but how can we project it?
So where does India stand in flavors and fragrances globally?
We are still like globally, you see what's happening, all the ingredients that we make, we are trying to export. 80% of it is exported out of India. So what we need to do is the value addition has to happen in India, not the raw material you should export. This is where we need to now focus. If you see the fragrance industry, the fragrance composition that we make, it is mainly what we are doing is only for the Indian market we are doing. And even in the Indian market, if you see 80% of the market for the FMCG, if you see it, the multinational companies are holding the market. All the big companies, they are holding it. 20% is what is left to it, which is we are doing it either to agarbatti, tobacco, these are the places where we are selling it. What needs to be done is other way around, it has to happen. The fragrances that we make, it goes into the finished product, and these companies who are there, the multinational companies who are there in India, they should produce for the global from India, and from here it should go be exported all over. For that, we need to do a lot of harmonization in the regulation that needs to happen. Your quality standards, the knowledge, this is where we need to improve on, and if that is done, I think it's a big, huge market. Though our Indian market is growing rapidly, but whatever we produce, it should be for the globe. Today, we are selling mostly online. If you are seeing, your audience will be worldwide. You are not just focusing on India. So whatever products that we make, it should be suitable for the world. So that is how we should focus, and I think we can easily achieve that, provided that we are at the start of it, and growth can be immense if we do that properly.
How big is the market globally, and where do you see India market 5 years down the line?
So currently, as I said, like it is flavor and fragrance market will be close to $1 billion. So if we focus in next 5 years, the way it is growing, so we should be definitely able to achieve, global market is about $35 billion. Even if we can achieve 10% of that, you can see easily the growth rate what it is.
Okay.
So I think there is a long way, a lot of work needs to be done, but the future is quite bright for us. But the right inputs has to be given. And that is where we are working. We are trying to work using the FICCI platforms and different forums, how we can create the manpower with a lot of good knowledge. The knowledge is needed. We should not be called, because I also believe that India has all the luxury that it can communicate to the world, because our culture has that inbuilt in it.
Okay.
So how can we best use it and showcase it to the world? It needs to be seen. Now a lot of startups are coming, the way they are telling the stories, that is quite an interesting space we are in.
And do you see biotech companies also focusing on flavors and fragrances?
Right now in India it is very less, but it needs to grow, because that is where the answer lies. Because nature cannot, you cannot depend on nature so much, because you have to manage, balance it. So biotechnology is a very good answer for it, but currently whatever biotechnological products are coming from international companies right now. In India it's very limited, and only to the research in the universities and all it's happening, but commercially nobody has done it. But in future I have quite hope some of these big companies in aromatic chemicals, they may use those technology in bringing some molecules.
One last question is, what is your plan for the next 2 years for the company?
On the natural side of it, we really want to focus on those, some of these essential oil. As I said, that vetiver, we really want it to be made to, as like India becomes a major supplier for vetiver oil. So there we are working at the back end of it with the farmers and all. And when we do vetiver, means it has lot of environmental plus point for the Indian this thing. If we can do that, achieve that, that is something in next 5 years we'll be planning that. So on the natural side of it, on the fragrances, our focus is more on the niche perfumery, where we are seeing a gap, and the consumers are also mature enough today, and they are looking at what kind of a niche perfumery can be introduced to the consumers. So that is where our focus is. We have a new studio which has been built specially for the fine fragrance for the niche perfumery. So we will be focusing more on that.
So what is this studio about?
So here we will have all the niche perfumery, the display will be there, creativity, and customers can come and select their fragrances, and it will be a one-stop shop for them. So wherein all the fragrances they can see, I can do the packaging, bottling, everything for them. So we can give them like one-stop solution, it will be.